You have something important to do. You know it's important. You even want it done. And yet, somehow, you find yourself cleaning the kitchen, reorganizing a drawer, watching one more video, doing literally anything except the one thing that actually matters. And the strangest part? You feel awful the whole time. That's procrastination, and almost everyone treats it as a simple character flaw, laziness, bad discipline, a willpower problem. But the science says something much more interesting. Procrastination has almost nothing to do with laziness. It's about something else entirely. Here's the first clue. A lazy person doesn't want to do anything and feels fine about it. A procrastinator desperately wants to do the thing, avoids it anyway, and feels terrible. Those are completely different states. So if it isn't laziness, what is it? The best answer from psychology is this. Procrastination is not a time management problem. It's an emotion management problem. Think about what actually happens in the moment you avoid a task. You sit down to start, and you feel something unpleasant. Maybe the task is boring. Maybe it's confusing, and you don't know where to begin. Maybe it's tied to a fear that you'll do it badly, that you're not good enough. Whatever it is, starting the task produces a small jolt of negative emotion, and your brain, brilliant and lazy in equal measure, finds the fastest possible way to make that bad feeling go away. Stop doing the task. The instant you switch to something easy and pleasant, the discomfort vanishes. You feel relief, and your brain quietly logs that relief as a reward. That's the trap. Procrastination isn't a failure of willpower. It's your brain choosing to feel good right now instead of feeling good later. It's mood repair, and it works for about 5 minutes. Then the guilt comes back, usually worse than before. To understand why we keep falling for it, you have to picture a fight going on inside your head. On one side is the prefrontal cortex, the calm, rational planner. It's the part of you that set the goal, that knows the deadline, that genuinely cares about your future. On the other side is the limbic system, the ancient, emotional, impulse-driven part of the brain. It doesn't care about next week. It only cares about how you feel this very second. And when those two collide, the limbic system usually wins. It's older, faster, and louder. Your rational plan doesn't stand a chance against a brain screaming, "But that feels bad. Let's do something fun instead." There's a second force stacked on top of this, and it explains why deadlines feel so unreal until the last minute. Your brain heavily discounts the future. A reward or a punishment that's far away feels faint and abstract. The same thing up close feels vivid and urgent. Psychologists call this present bias. 2 weeks before a deadline, future you is basically a stranger, some other person who'll deal with it. So present you happily dumps the work on them. The problem is, future you eventually arrives, exhausted and out of time, wondering why past you did this again. So procrastination is really a collision of two things, a brain that flees discomfort and a brain that can't take the future seriously. Which sounds bleak until you realize that understanding the machine is exactly what lets you outsmart it. And here's the key that changes everything. If procrastination is driven by bad feelings about a task, then the most powerful move isn't more discipline, it's less pressure. Study after study finds that people who forgive themselves for procrastinating actually procrastinate less next time. Beating yourself up just adds more negative emotion to the task, which makes you avoid it even harder. Self-compassion, weirdly, is a productivity tool. From there, the tricks all work by shrinking the bad feeling. The task feels huge, so make it laughably small. Don't write the report, just open the document and write one ugly sentence. The famous version of this is the 2-minute rule. Commit to just 2 minutes, because starting is the hard part, and motion usually creates its own momentum. Then remove friction. Put the distraction in another room, close the tabs, make the easy escape a little harder to reach. And help future you by making the deadline feel real now. Break it into small, near ones, so your present biased brain actually reacts. None of these are about forcing yourself through a wall of willpower. They're about gently lowering the emotional cost of starting, so the rational part of your brain finally gets a turn. Because in the end, procrastination was never a sign that something is wrong with you. It's a sign that you're human, that you have an ancient brain doing exactly what it evolved to do, chasing comfort and dodging pain. You can't delete that brain, but you can learn to work with it. Stop treating the task like a threat, shrink it until it's almost silly, and start before you feel ready. Not because you finally found some magic well of discipline, but because you finally understood the machine you were fighting all along.